All right, all right. I hear you. That's what I say every time, though he never listens. Not really. How could he? He's not just a cat. He's a mountain of fur and mischief, with eyes that hold entire galaxies of chaos. And right now, both of them, Miso and Nori, are crammed inside my backpack, which is slung over the back of my hiking chair, perched precariously on the edge of a cliff overlooking the valley. The forest stretches for miles below us, green and wild and free. And yet, they chose this, a nylon sack filled with an energy bar and crumpled map. Oh, you're just going to share it? I laugh, crouching beside them. Okay, yeah, I guess it's yours now. Miso, the smaller of the two, a gray tabby with eyes like polished jade, peeks out, one ear twitched forward like a satellite dish tuned to mayhem. Nori, her brother, a fluffy black and white tuxedo, shoves his face deeper into the bag, tail flicking with the smugness of a cat who's just claimed a luxury suite. All right, buddies, I say gently. Time to head back to the wild. Go on. See you. I nudge the pack slightly. They don't budge. Miso blinks, slow, deliberate, the feline version of, "Nice try, human." Come on, I insist. How'd you even get up here? The trail's steep. You're barely 6 months old. As if on cue, Nori wriggles backward and tumbles out, landing with a soft thump on the mossy ground. He shakes himself off, looks around with wide-eyed innocence, then immediately tries to climb back in. No, not in, I say, scooping him up. Guys, that's the opposite of wild. You don't even have a license. I add, half serious, half laughing. Look at you. You're not driving this thing. He just stares at me, unblinking, as if to say, I am the driver now. I place him on the ground, but he leans against my leg, purring, a low rumbling sound that melts my resolve. Yeah, you look way too comfortable, I murmur, scratching behind his ears. Then Miso emerges, cobweb clinging to her whiskers like a mustache, and drops a pine cone at my feet. It's a gift, a treasure, a declaration. This is ours now. I pick it up. Good tough guys, I say softly. Oh wow, you two got it out. There you go, almost free. But freedom isn't what they want. They want me. They want the backpack. They want the warmth of human chaos over the quiet of the wild. Later, back at the cabin, the mischief only deepens. I'm chopping vegetables for dinner. Beef ribeye seared with chimichurri, cilantro, lime. When I hear it, the soft clink of ice cubes. I turn. There they are, in the freezer. Both of them curled up on a bag of frozen peas like it's a spa day. Nori's paws are tucked under his chin. Miso is batting at a spoon that's fallen into the ice cream container. You guys, I sigh, though I'm smiling. This is a freezer, not a den. It's full of peas and ice cream. You can't just claim it. Miso looks up, eyes wide with faux innocence. Nori doesn't even glance my way, too busy licking frost off a blueberry. Want to come out? I ask. They don't move. All right, I concede. You win. Because that's the thing about them. They don't ask for permission. They assume belonging. And who am I to deny them? At night, they sneak into the bathroom the moment I close the door. I'll be brushing my teeth, and there's Nori, sitting outside like a tiny guard. Miso, she's already inside, peering into the sink like it's a sacred pool. It's just the bathroom, bro, I tell Nori. You own it. But he does. In his heart, this cabin and everything in it is theirs. One afternoon, I find them in the bathtub, soaked from the dripping faucet, pretending to march like soldiers. Tiny paws lifting high, tails held stiff with mock severity. Look at those high steps, I whisper. They do not like that water one bit, but they endure it, for each other, for the game, for the joy of being together. They're ridiculous. They're heavy. They leave fur on every surface. They steal socks, unspool toilet paper, and once tried to eat my sandwich right off the table. But I wouldn't trade them for anything. Because in their chaos, I've found peace. In their mischief, I've rediscovered play. And in their quiet, shared naps, curled together on a sunlit rug, bellies rising and falling in perfect sync, I've remembered what it means to belong. You're safe, always, I whisper one evening as I tuck them into a nest of blankets on the porch. Miso sighs. Nori presses his head into my palm. And in that moment, I know, they didn't follow me into the woods. I followed them into wonder. So go ahead, little ones. Claim the backpack. Rule the freezer. Turn the bathtub into a parade ground. I'll always be here, watching, laughing, loving you exactly as you are. Not because you're perfect, but because you're mine. And that's more than enough. All right, guys, time to be wild. Go on. Or don't. I'm not going anywhere. The next morning, I'm elbow deep in dishwater when I hear it. The familiar thump of tiny paws on the kitchen counter. I don't even turn around. Nori, that's the broom. You're not helping, bud. He lets out a defiant chirp and drags the handle across the floor like a sword. Miso watches from the windowsill, tail twitching with amusement. She's the strategist. He's the chaos engine. Together, they're unstoppable. Okay, you win, I say, dripping suds onto the floor. Done. Or, you want round two? He drops the broom and trots over, eyes bright with victory. Miso jumps down and nudges his flank. They bump heads like secret agents sharing intel. You're a heavy, big guy, I think, scooping Nori into my arms. That's your equalizer right there. He wriggles free and darts toward the laundry room. Seconds later, I hear the rustle of towels. I follow and find him burrowed in a basket. Only his eyes and tail visible. A Tiber burrito in camouflage. Miso joins him, and they disappear beneath a mountain of flannel. I snap a photo. Comfy now? I ask. Nori emerges with a sock dangling from his mouth. He struts past me like a pirate with stolen loot. Miso follows, dragging a dish towel like a royal cape. Oh, you are really going to town on that plate, huh, Chuck? I say, watching Nori lick every crumb from yesterday's dinner. Yeah, pre-wash cycle. Compliments to you. He looks up, whiskers twitching. You think that's clean enough? I add. All right, thank you, chef. I'll run it through the machine now. He watches me load the dishwasher, head tilted like a quality inspector. When I close the door, he gives a satisfied chirp and marches off to find his next mission. Later, I'm working at my desk when Nori jumps onto the keyboard. Hey, buddy, I'm working here, I say, gently shoving him aside. He responds by flopping across my lap, purring like a motorboat. Miso joins us, curling at my feet. They've got me trapped, but I don't mind. This is their favorite game. Immobilize the human, then soak up affection. You're not making this any easier, I laugh as Nori headbutts my elbow. Okay, you win. But tension break, successful. I scratch behind his ears until his eyes glaze over. Miso stretches, yawns, and tucks her paws beneath her chest like a sphinx. For a moment, the world is quiet. No deadlines, no worries, just the rhythm of their breathing and the warmth of their trust. But peace never lasts long. Nori spots a sunbeam on the floor and leaps off my lap. Miso's ears perk up. They're off again, chasing dust motes, batting at shadows, turning the living room into their jungle gym. I watch them from the couch, smiling. They're not just pets. They're my comedians, my therapists, My daily reminder that joy lives in the little things. The flutter of a curtain, the crinkle of a paper bag, the thrill of stealing a spoon. Hey, that's my face, I say when Nori tries to climb my head like a tree. Okay, you're not making this any easier. He kneads my shoulders like dough, purring louder. All right, buddy. You know I can't see the movie like this. He yawns, a wide, dramatic display of teeth, and finally settles on my chest. Miso curls against my side, her tail wrapped around my wrist like a living bracelet. I close my eyes, and for the first time all day, I breathe. You're a gentle giant, aren't you? I whisper. He blinks slowly. The feline I love you. We stay like that until the credits roll. Then Nori stretches and heads for the kitchen. Miso follows, tail held high like a flag. I find them in the pantry, investigating a bag of kibble. You hungry? I ask. They look up in perfect unison, eyes wide with hope. Yeah, I get it. You want a tent. I set out their bowls, and they eat side by side, tails entwined. Afterward, Nori drags his dish across the floor while Miso licks her paws with regal precision. You're ridiculous, I tell them. But I love you. They don't answer. They don't need to. Later that night, as I brush my teeth, Nori sits outside the bathroom door like a sentry. Miso is already inside, inspecting the sink like it's a crime scene. It's just the bathroom, I remind them. You don't own it. But they do. Every inch of this cabin belongs to them. The couch, the bed, the freezer, even my lap. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Easy, buddy, I say when Nori tries to climb into the shower with me. I'm trying to clean here. He responds by batting at the water stream, utterly delighted. Miso watches from the rug, amused by his antics. She's the calm to his storm, the yin to his yang. Together, they balance each other and me. You're not helping, I tell Nori as he knocks over the soap. Okay, you win. He shakes water everywhere and trots off, tail held high. Miso follows, glancing back at me with a look that says, he's our problem now. I dry off and wrap myself in a towel. They're waiting in the hallway, sitting side by side like guardians of the night. All right, let me grab the rope toy, I say. Nori's ears perk up. Miso's tail flicks with anticipation. The game is about to begin. We play until they're panting, until their eyes grow heavy. Then they curl up on the bed, one on each side of me, purring like engines winding down. Good night, silly tigers, I whisper. They don't stir. But as I drift off, I feel Nori's paw rest on my arm, and Miso's breath warm against my neck. They're not just cats. They're my heart walking outside my body. And every day, they remind me that love isn't about perfection. It's about showing up again and again, even when you're covered in fur, flour, and chaos. So go ahead, little ones. Keep claiming my backpack. Keep ruling the freezer. Keep turning my world upside down. Because in your wild, ridiculous, beautiful chaos, I found my home.